All right. There we go. Everything looks good. I did triple check my microphone this time because I know that's been causing some issues. Everything was working great during my last test and the one before. So fingers crossed, should be working well now. If OBS is still giving me trouble, I'm going to move it onto my old laptop. I'm going to chain it to a cinder block and set it to the bottom of the river, Mafia style. But that said, things look good. Nice. I also did some tweaks from the last time I was working on this on stream. Last time I sort of threw myself into it before doing the proper prep, so I didn't have a great turnaround for her. I was just sort of making things as I went, and that turned out to be a bit of a mistake. So now she's got her proper turnaround, even though it's still a little bit rough. I've also changed the pen we're using for her just a little bit, which means that I should double check to make sure that we're not going to have any problems changing the color, because that's an issue I've had in the past with Animate. Some of its tools don't take to recolor very well at all. Namely, the stroke tool, if you try to use line width with it, it will throw an entire fit. So pro tip, don't use Adobe's line width tool if you think you're going to want to go back and edit things ever. It's sort of broken. Specifically if you're using differences in width. If you're just using it as a solid line, it's fine. It can actually be very nice because you can get these fun, easy tweaks to its trajectory. But if you want any variation in line width, it's a real mess. So I learned that the hard way. Why is this symbol set to be on frame 4 when it's on frame 1 instead of frame 1? Oh, never mind, I know why it is. That's my own fault. That's fine. That might be a little short, but it's gonna do for now. Okay, yeah. A little short and a little too drastic of an angle. I really want to get her lower legs properly symmetrical, even though I didn't draw them that way necessarily. Redeem the frog, I'm on it. I'll click them a few more times actually. Here we go. frog friend. Yes, he is so cute. Which one is this one, actually? That's Froggert. They all have names, and I so greatly appreciate that. Yeah, so if the front leg is going to be just entirely symmetrical, then I get to see just how badly I've fucked up. That's fine. I just want to grab the base color that I'm using for her, just to have, so I can make sure that my pieces are in the right places. There we go, there she is. Yeah, zooming in, that's a... Oh, that's my old drawing. Okay, no, I feel better about that. I need to be super careful how I'm dealing with the fill color, otherwise when I try to move her limbs, everything is gonna sort of come disconnected. Lovely. In my professional opinion, okay, because I was just gonna say mint, but now that I'm thinking about cucumber, you might have a really good point. I think she's got a bit of a melon flavor in my head, but like artificial melon. If you've ever had like a melon candy, that's her. That's what she tastes like. Also, I drew her little UFO earrings here, but I think she definitely needs cow ones. I'm leaning out of frame again. I keep doing that. It's a great reminder to keep my posture. Gorgeous. Okay, just as a... Alright, not stellar, but this is going to be hidden under her dress anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much that her hips come disconnected. Her leg's simple, but no separation between lower and upper leg yet. Perfect. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, whenever I say I'm gonna sneeze, I then don't. Perfect. Lovely. That's so nice for me. Okay, why did her other leg disappear? Interesting. Okay, just a glitch, that's fine, as long as it doesn't indicate something worse. Did I already make her a symbol for her arms? And if so, did I then lose the symbol for her arms? Yes, I did! Great. Let's just copy that and then delete it, and we can pretend that it never existed. Is she wearing gloves, or does she just have thick forearms? She just has... Those are a little thick. She just has thick forearms. She's also wearing gloves, but I haven't drawn those yet. Wow, I cannot type today. Here we go. But yeah, originally when I designed these guys, I based them off of like 50s go-go girls. So they've got the go-go boots, and I gave them matching gloves that sort of mirrored that shape. I ended up sort of going in a different direction, but those are still sort of reflected in the spirit of it. Okay, that'll need to be adjusted. It's closer. Okay. I'm just not sure I love that shape in general. Not only is it a little difficult to work with, it's causing some... just doesn't look quite right. we go. Anyway, I've been hoping to get a little bit more done on this in particular. But I have to admit, the release of Silksong has thrown off my productivity somewhat. Normally I get most of my animation work done at night, except now I've been dedicating my nights to gaming. So I'd love to say that I regret it. I really don't. I've been really enjoying the game. Okay, I think that's still not going to twist super well, but I think the way to fix that is actually going to be to tweak the upper arm so that it ends in a lined circle. You've been Silksonged. I have been. I'm finding its combat much harder than Hollow Knight was, but I'm really enjoying that because I liked when I was playing Hollow Knight, I found it difficult. But I liked that challenge, and I like that now I'm sort of having to learn a new moveset. That challenge has been put back into it. Also, the way Hornet does her down attack with the angle of it, if you chain them together, it sort of feels like you're sewing, which is so clever. Oh, this does not want to cooperate with me. Come on. You're gonna, though. It's so close. It's just... But yeah, I am not surprised at all that Silksong managed to crash Steam and the Nintendo Store and all the others. I was surprised that they didn't do more trailers and stuff leading up to the release, that they just sort of announced it out of the blue and then dropped it on the Steam store page. It was kind of a power move. I heard a bunch of games moved their release dates due to Silksong. Yeah, they did. I've been following the release of Little Witch in the Woods for a while now. They were supposed to come out this September. Nope. Nope. But I think that's a very smart move, because they're right. Pretty much every other indie release is going to get kind of swallowed up by the chaos that is Silksong. And when you've been working for years on this passion project, you definitely want it to get... You want to give it the best chance it can have. And right now is just not the best chance it can have. I do feel a little bad for all the studios that had to do that. But I hope that they all have successful releases when their time comes. And now we go back and we implement the thing that I forgot about how this all works. Okay, with this, I don't know how to even describe it, this like join here between the two separated pieces for the upper arm and the lower arm, they have to be done carefully so that things bend right, but I'm still getting a hand of what sort of carefully. In the past, I've like mathematically measured it, made sure things were geometrically correct, and then tested it and it was wrong. And then later, I've just sort of free-handed it, just guessed. I was like, it's gonna break anyway, and gotten it right so that it bends beautifully, and I don't know what the difference is. Okay. We put that there. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just need a little bit of range of motion. And to erase this extra line. Probably because elbows are evil. Yeah. Yep, that's definitely it. Okay, so it doesn't bend this way super well. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to do the thing I did with the knees and make sure that her forearm is symmetrical. Also, it's too long. Her arm should be up there. That's so uneven. Okay, yeah. This section needs to be longer. This section needs to be a little bit shorter. Let's just get everything adjusted. Let's keep the curve still relatively slight here. Now I'm doubting myself. Okay. So for this pose, it definitely makes more sense for her arms to look the way I originally drew them, basically, with this sort of shape. And then her hands are sticking up, like that. But that's not the most useful pose. A more useful pose for what I'm doing is gonna look a little bit more like this, with her arms, or with her hands sort of open. Yeah, I'm gonna end up using that so much more than what I originally drew. We're switching plans. That'll bend a little better too. Yeah, there's multiple reasons why this is the better choice. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then I should shorten her forearms a bit. Okay. still a bit too long. That's close enough to perfect. I'm gonna scoot that up just a tiny here. Yes, close enough, or at least it will be in just 1 second. Yeah, so her range of motion here is going to be a little bit limited, but I'm planning on drawing secondary forearm shapes so that, like, this upward position when she's bending like this will look closer to correct. But that, I'm gonna get that done after I've finished drawing her all her pieces for a turnaround. Her hand is gonna be a pain in my ass. That's okay. That's gonna be too long. That's fine. I'm just gonna get rough shapes down here for her hand. Having less fingers, her hands are working a little bit weird. So I keep spacing things. Like it's supposed to fit all 5 fingers, and it sort of is. Because her fingers are thicker. Or at least her little mitten part is thicker, but still feels a little weird to work with. Here we go. That's another not perfect, but actually if I move it, if I carefully adjust things. Okay. Say I want her hand to fall about here. Let's move the joint. Well, nope. That right mouse finger looks oddly large compared to the others. That's because it is. That's... She is an alien. That's an intentional design choice. So they are all going to have that. It's going to look a little nicer in the gloves. As it is right now. It's a little weird. Right, her gloves! I've been forgetting those. Let's just... But yeah, when I was designing these guys, I ended up having to scrap a lot of features for them, just because I want this rig done by the end of September, and if I added all my fun little bits, all their extra arms, all the weird wings, I wanted to give them mandibles at one point, but like I specifically wanted to be able to give them mouths. That was the thing I wanted to practice for this. So they get weird hands. It is the remnant of some way weirder designs, and I'm emotionally attached now. We're gonna make every piece of her skin colored for now. But that is not how it'll be forever. Oh, and hey look, now I've messed up that. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, okay, okay. Here, so, okay. I just want a little bit of wiggle here. Yeah, that'll do. Wait, she's not wearing... She is wearing clothes. All her clothes are skin colored. That is not the same. Ooh, new frog. Who is the new frog? Hoppy. That's adorable. So in addition to rigging in Animate, I've also been rigging in Maya, which is a much more involved process. So that's been my super technical project where I have to learn a ton of new skills, and this has been like my wind down project when I need something a little bit easier, or I just want to draw a lot of pictures over and over and over. That's why I animate. It's what I like to do. So that's sort of what this has been, in addition to, you know, being good for my portfolio. I want to make her gloves longer. I'm going to do that later, though. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. Okay, I see what happened. There we go. Yes. And now if I take all these little bits and yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and... That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And now, when I rotate these, that'll come with. And also I've messed up her pivot point for her arm again, but yes, fine. It's not fine. I do need to fix that. Come on. Lower. Let's try a little lower. That's too low. I think I also need to adjust the colors of her elbow and get the colored section in more of an arch so that this bend's a little nicer. But it's doing okay for now. God, I picked up my tea specifically to drink it and then I didn't. Gorgeous. Okay, but that's now fully functional, and it is reminding me that I totally forgot to give her feet. And now I have to go back to the legs. That's okay. I should also check my reference layers, because multiple layers are visible here, and I forget whether I'm supposed to be following the blue outline or this pink one. But everything else here is symmetrical. Let's make choices. Okay, let's just say that she's not allowed to move her feet, ever. No one needs to walk anymore. Can't she fly anyway? No. No, she can't. There was a concept where I gave everybody insect wings, but it just didn't work out. She's shaped like a UFO. She is not herself a UFO. Unless... That'd be so dumb. No, I'm shelving that. Not with that attitude, you're right. That is not the line I drew. when I'm finished with this rig in Animate, I'm hoping to make a second one in Toon Boom. Toon Boom's rigging capabilities and features are way more advanced and functional. But I think in order to do that, I'm gonna have to upgrade the version of Toon Boom I have. Toon Boom works on like a tiered system where they've got their basic features for people who just want to like play around in animating. They've got their super advanced features with the node editor, which is the main thing I'm thinking about. I know it's got other features, but the one I'm really missing is the node editor. And then they've got like this middle version for people like me who are animating a lot and could use those advanced features, but can't afford the big girl version. Gorgeous. Okay. Now let's solve this problem. And fight with Animate, apparently. Okay, so, and then the pink one is this. No, there's something else here. Yeah, okay, so that's the old one. So we just want to pay attention to this. Lovely. Big. Termine, hello. How are you doing? We are back to work on this after making some tweaks and actually properly giving her a full turnaround so that I have guides on what I'm doing as opposed to just sort of winging it like I was before. So arting is going well. Yeah, how have things been with you? It's nice seeing you and Olive stream the other day. It was a shame I couldn't make it to yesterday's, but c'est la vie. I think think I might have made a face too round. What are we gonna see? Let's test it. Been good. Tired because I had work early this morning. You have my sympathy. You truly, truly do. I don't know if I love that shape. Had a good day. Been skateboarding for a while in the nice cool weather. That's so cool. I had a skateboard very briefly in my life, and I've tried it I tried it all of twice, I think. Because skateboarding looks so cool, and it's nice, like it's a easy way to get around quickly, you can carry it around, there's a lot of benefits to being able to skateboard. But every time I got on, I was like, I'm going to fall, this is going to end in the hospital if I don't get off right now. Don't worry, I'm not that great. Just cruise around a little, almost fell like 8 times. Decent ability to save myself. See, being able to save yourself though, that's like the most important skill. It's what allows you to get all the other ones. God, something is just wrong with the curve of her face. What have I done? When did I do it? How do I fix it? Am I seeing things? Am I just wrong? No, I hate that. Why? Okay. Oh, can you hear my dog? Yeah. She has a lot of feelings about the local wildlife. We get coyotes in our yard sometimes, and she makes her opinions known. But she does a very good job keeping the house safe. What's her name? Her name is Pepperjack. She's a corgi, so she's a herding dog, and she has very, very many opinions on the world. Tell her she is amazing and I miss her every day. I will. I will tell her exactly that. Everyone else is back to school now, so she's been glued to my side because I'm the only one who works from home. And it's been so nice. She just keeps me company while I work. Sometimes I put her on my bed so that, because she's a little princess, she likes to be on a soft surface, she likes to be curled up, preferably with a person. But that means she feels strongly that she belongs on beds. So sometimes I do put her on my bed so that she can hang out near me. She's at a perfect petting height. It's lovely. But she's very short. And ideally, whenever she needs to get down from the bed, I would get up and I would pick her up and I would put her on the floor. But she doesn't want to wait for that process anymore. She's just been flinging herself. No regards for her own safety or her spinal health. No, nothing. She just yeets herself, doesn't she? She does. And like at speed. It's like, honey, please don't do that. We love you so much. We want your back to be healthy and good. And if you just tell me, I will help you. And you have so many ways to tell me. And you do tell me. I see her like getting up, pointing that she wants to get down. So I get up to help her, but I'm just not fast enough to stop her. So she's been banished from my bed for her own safety, and she's very upset about it. Every day she comes in and she makes faces at the bed, and I know exactly what she's asking for, and I cannot give it to her. Okay. Hey, Animate. Why does moving that vertex delete the entire shape? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay, fine. No, I won't touch it. You've made yourself clear. Now, in addition to coyotes, it is also possible that she's yelling at the cats. Because she has strong feelings about bedtimes and making sure that everybody observes their respective bedtime. And sometimes the cats don't. And it upsets her greatly. It's getting cold and I want a heated blanket now. Oh, that sounds so nice. I also want a heated blanket. Perfect. That's gonna make it really hard for me to see when I'm making her facial features, so we're gonna take that away actually. But it's good to know that that's done and that I can have that if I want. I'm gonna color this. Mistake. Something here is wrong. Okay. Alright. Nope. Something there was right. I'm a fool. I'm forgetting my own plans. I think I'm gonna have to split her arms into 2 different layers in the end for the turn around so that they can be in front of her sometimes and behind, or in front of her torso sometimes and behind it others. It's a little obnoxious, but it won't be too bad. Ears, right. I forget if I decided to give her ears its own layer or if I was gonna combine it with the head layer. Just a little placeholder mouth. There we go. Oh, another thing that's been killing my productivity lately. I have no idea what made me think of this, but I've been playing a ton of Dead by Daylight lately. It's not the best balanced game, but I have so much fun just absolutely murdering people when I can and when I remember not to show mercy. There's also a new killer out for it, who have a little bit of history with that particular monster, because I've got this one book I loved as a kid that's basically just an encyclopedia of monsters. But the Kursue was in there, though not under that name. It was her Malaysian counterpart. Oh shit, I've got to make this rounded too. And I used to always have to skip her page. Why am I here? Okay, cool. Thank you, Animate. I love how functional of a program you are. And so seeing her trailers brought back so many memories. I'm very excited for her. seen the new killer, you think? Yes. Isn't she cool? She's definitely super gross. And I think it's going to be another case. I know a lot of people disconnect against certain killers, not to be sore losers, but because they're like, oh no, I can't do X. Like, throwing up, I can't do it. So I love Plague's design, I can't play her. And I understand people who can't play against her either. I think this is going to be another case where, like, there's some people who just can't do this one, and that's fair. I respect it. I love her. I've been saving up my iridescent shards for the unknown, but I think I'm gonna have to switch plans. Yeah, it's really gross too. Yeah, disgusting. Amazing. I love her. I also really like the new Survivor that's coming out too. I think it's really neat how they made, because she's a drummer in a punk band, and I love how they made all her perks about getting people in sync and like hyping up the band. I think that's really cool. It's just clever. I don't know how much I'll enjoy playing with the perks, but I'm glad they exist, and I'm glad they designed her that way. Even if it maybe puts story against gameplay in the end. Where's her head? There's her head. Let's put this on that same layer. Go ahead and yeah! So I will say this very much in Dead by Daylight's favor. They put a lot of thought into the characterization of both their killers and their survivors. I really appreciate it, at least. So like every little mechanic, every animation like ties into who they are as a person or an entity. I've been playing a lot of Huntress because A, I'm a new player and it's what I can afford. And also because I love throwing hatchets at people. But she's got all these little moments of characterization while you're playing that mirror my exact thoughts. So she'll like laugh quietly as she's chasing people. Sometimes at times where I've laughed quietly while chasing people, and I'm like, yes, we are all the same wavelength. Me and this fictional character I am piloting. Lovely. I think it just really adds to the experience. The constant lullabies are nice. They are nice. She also throws little tantrums whenever she has a pallet dropped on her. And sometimes I also have a little tantrum whenever I have a pallet dropped on me. It's nice to have them in unison. I feel so supported and understood. I would love to do some Dead by Daylight streams. I ran some tests to see if I could. My Wi-Fi just can't support it. I get terrible lag spikes whenever I have anything else on my computer using Wi-Fi or the internet connection. My in-game performance tanks. It's terrible. Okay. I don't like the placement of her mouth. Let's get that centered. Lovely. That was a mistake, actually. I think I shouldn't have messed with that. Okay. Is that lopsided? Is the pivot lopsided? It might be. I think it is. Oops. Haven't played DBD for quite a while, but I do enjoy learning about it and watching in-depth videos on it. Yes. I definitely noticed that I think I enjoy just sort of being, like, existing in the atmosphere a little bit more than I enjoy playing the game. Definitely I've noticed some things that suggest I'm, like, you know, some online games, you play them for the rewards you unlock, and forget to realize that you're not actually enjoying the gameplay anymore. That's a little bit true of me in Dead by Daylight, but it's been getting better. For one, I stopped trying to follow all the little courtesy rules. Because especially when you're playing as killer, there's a lot that's expected of you not to do, even though it's a good way to, like, an effective way to play. And I've spent a little too much time thinking about how to be nice. How to make the experience nice for other people and not so much for me. So I fixed that. And I recommend it. It makes the experience much better. Finally, no mercy, exactly. What if I don't want to be nice? Maybe if I wanted to be nice, I would play as a survivor. Anyway, I have a ton of portfolio stuff I need to get done for September, the end of September, so I sort of need to get my act together. That said, I am gonna play more Silksong tonight. Go. Okay. All her facial features do need to be redone, even though I'm kind of happy with how they look. Just because I've changed what brush I'm using and how, and I want to keep things consistent. You got this? Thank you. Thank you, Termine. I appreciate it. I have been making some really good progress. I haven't done a ton with this rig, but the rig I'm making in Maya, where I've had to learn a bunch of new techniques and technologies, is coming along very smoothly now, and I'm very happy with where I am on it. You can definitely beat Silksong before the end of September. Because that's what the recruiters are gonna want to see. That's what they care about. also not in love with the current eye shape. It's like, okay, I love the idea of the shape. It's not perfect just yet. What does it need? Okay, all right, hang on, how's that? Let's scoot them a little farther away. Yeah, no, that looks good. Let's just copy this exact shape. And then it won't fit at all. It will not. But if we do just this bit. Is this a good idea? No. Am I doing it and is it working? Amazingly, yes. That makes no sense. But it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to look okay. Every idea that works is a good idea. That's true. That's what matters. Get back. Hello, Animate. That is not what I asked you to do. Please do what I asked you to do. That's still not what I asked you to do. Do we understand why that's not what I asked you to do? Okay, take this. Okay. Okay, no, I understand. So, Flash used to be a very important animation program used by a wide range of people, from studios to produce full animated shows to indie creators online making animations in video games. And theoretically, Animate is Flash. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know how they managed to fuck it up this bad. Maybe Flash was always sort of broken and it was just more accessible, so it was so widely used. But I suspect that's not. I suspect that's a little bit the case. Or the accessibility part, anyway. I doubt it had the problems Animate has right now. Which means Adobe fucked it up. Because the way some of Animate's brushes just don't work the way intended, that's not good. The way lines will randomly decide to delete themselves for no apparent reason, also not good. I've gone into flash coding, It's kind of a mess, but it makes a little sense. Okay. It's interesting. Right, and I have to redo her irises, and also she looks just a little bit dead-eyed. Just a little. Let's get the mask set up for this. So that her pupils actually stay, her irises actually stay inside her eyes. Does Adobe have layer types? No, it doesn't. Okay. To look up how to do. There we go. Okay. Oh shoot, I've got to make the other side. Okay, her irises still feel just a little bit dead-eyed. I like the wonky shape. I think I might need to make it just the tiniest little bit more human, which breaks my heart, but let's see if I can keep the shape. Or just tweak it a little. I also played around with this sort of double iris thing. Not sure if that's better though. I sort of like the star motif I've got going on. Let's see about rounding it a little more. Yeah, it looks just the tiniest bit dead-eyed, but we're gonna keep playing with that as we make new her other angles. Because it could just be... Things always feel a little eerie from perfect front view. Just a little off. Okay, I think her bangs are going to be another area that we sort of play with it as we go. She's asymmetrical. It's her arms. Is it her arms? Please be her arms. I can fix her arms. Okay, yeah, no, it's just the positioning of her arms. We're okay, all is well. No, it's not her arms. Oh. Also going to be a little bit of a problem, but it's a problem we can work with. She can at least get here and we'll fill in the rest of her arm. That'll be fine. Fits her torso. That's asymmetrical. That's gonna be a problem. Okay. It is. No. We just shift it over a little bit. And then we shift this also. We just... Oh no, that's already correctly placed. Okay. Interesting. Is it her head instead? Have I been freaking out over something that's not actually a problem? I mean, almost certainly, but that's... why is that not parented? Sorry, I need to move the frogs. Find... here. Perfect. Where'd they go? Frogs. Click the frog on it. You get both frogs. Gorgeous, lovely. Okay. What layer is this on? Nope. 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 Okay, it is in the head. Okay, there it is. Ooh, that's not good. Animate kind of freaks out if you put just a plain regular drawn line on a parented layer. It's safe if it's in a symbol or an object, but if you're just drawing on a layer that's parented, it can corrupt your file. So we're gonna hope that just having it, since it wasn't parented when I was drawing the piece, and because I'm putting it in a symbol right the now, we're gonna hope that that doesn't break anything. Maybe it's already used. Where? Oh, there. Yeah, Specifically, it causes problems when you've been working with it for a while, because it'll create a bunch of extra points on your lines that over time overload how much data is in the file, which causes it to have problems loading, which then causes it to corrupt. So I think this file is small enough for that not to have been a problem. fantastic program design. 10 out of 10. Isn't it just? Isn't that so super neat? Isn't that like super great and cool? If it helps. Adobe has already heard from me about this problem. I dug up their customer service number, which was difficult. They do not want you calling that number. But I found it, and I called it, and I made my opinions known. Because, doing some work for Sirenetta, which its Kickstarter got funded, hooray! But when I was doing that work for Sirenetta, one of my files got corrupted that way. And I had to do some emergency repairs, jump back to an old version. It was a mess. It was not my favorite thing to be doing. Anyway, when I'm done with this project, I'm gonna get to work in Toon Boom again, and it'll feel like coming home. I want to give her antenna just a little bit more curve than I have. Okay, that's a lot more curve than I have, but I like how that feels better. There we go. Oh, I should make this a symbol and put its pivot point at the 10. You know, I don't need to. I'm gonna leave that how it is. I don't want to fill up this entire project with unnecessary symbols. I don't actually love how her bangs hide the eyelashes I worked so damn hard for. Let's just remove her dome. We put it way up here. Okay, well. Oh. Oh no. Okay. That's fine. That's fixable. If we just take this circle and move it to exist under the torso instead, that'll fix this just fine. And then we can put the skirt above the hips, but below this little connector ring. There's a good chance that if I ever actually do anything with these designs, I will have to reduce the size of her skirt, because I think it's going to be difficult to fit her in environments. But the concept of it. Is this massive tutu of a skirt impractical for a lab setting in which she would exist? Absolutely. Do I want to compromise it? No, I do not. It helps maintain a safe distance between the operator and anything dangerous. That's true. That is true. And as head of biological research, it may provide a bit of a buffer between her and more unruly subjects. And where did she go? Okay. Her arms are too short. Shoot. Oh, I'm gonna have to update all my everything to account for the changes I've made to her proportions. That's fine. some things are still just a little wonky. But it's not so bad. I'm fine with her arms going above her skirt. I feel like that makes sense. Oh no, her iris, her masks didn't update. Shoot. Okay. That's interesting. I should... That means something is wrong with the parenting connection specifically for her for the mask layer that keeps her irises the correct shape and size. But I don't know why it's wrong. There we go. Let's have her looking a different direction so that she's not just staring into my soul. Let's get the actual line tool for that measurement, actually. I think painstakingly trying to get a perfectly straight line with my shaky hand is not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna use the drawing I originally made for her 3/4 view, because honestly it's more appealing than the front view anyway. And I'll use it more. So I'll just get this looking good, and then I'll adjust her front view to match the proportions. What? How are these suddenly the same? I swear they weren't the same. Is it because it's tilted here? Am I losing it? Okay, let's... Yes, you are losing it, but that's unrelated. I have my doubts. It feels pretty related. Okay, if we... okay. Yeah... okay... Nope. That's... That's why. Okay, so these symbols got fucked. That's fine. These things happen. Where... Iris. There it is. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to change those. That's fine. Okay. What was I doing? Right, okay, getting her actual proper eye symbols in place. So that'll be about here. That'll be about there. Cool. And this will be... just gonna... This may be another case where I want to follow the 3/4 view more closely, or the reference for the 3/4 view more closely than the proportions I've already set up for the front view, because I just find the 3/4 view more appealing. Let's see. Okay, alright. There we go. I can work with that. Oh, can I work with that? Does that actually fit on her face? Mostly! Alright! Let's just scoot that a little bit this way. And I'm wishing this was wider. That is, because it feels very similar in shape. What if I take this, like very, very, very gently just squish it. Okay. And then how do I feel about the shape here? Do I want it stretched out more? Let's try it. So if I take this and I, again, very, very carefully just... Yeah, no, that looks good. Beautiful. Oh, unfinished. She looks just a little bit terrifying. Good, she's got the frame one nose. Lovely. Perfect. Let's keep it just like that. And let's bring her eyelashes in a little bit more. Just... I'm just gonna hide everything that I'm not currently working on or isn't finished, because I think it's gonna make it easier for me to tweak what I need to tweak. Here we go. Okay, cool. That gave her her nose back. Right, I was gonna change this actually. Okay. It's gonna make it more like this for the front view. fuck over there? No, okay. Because her mouth needs a different symbol based on the position that she's at, so that you can only have the mouths for that respective position. I have to move the frogs again. Yep, mouth front. Okay. Okay, I think I very cleverly deleted the mouth three-quarters symbol because I'm so clever. And then I did it for the eyes too, didn't I? Wow, go me. Okay. Yep, okay. And just for my reference, I'm gonna delete these frames. Oh god, that, hang on, no. With the wiggly mouth, she looks just horrendous. Okay. Honestly, she doesn't look great with that mouth either, but it's the one we got. Okay, this eye feels wider than the other one. And it really shouldn't. Yeah, okay, it isn't. It's just the position that makes it feel that way. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. You know, I bet I can actually do all the eyes in the same symbol, even though it's not how I'm doing any of the other facial features. Yeah, I think... No, I'm gonna want different shapes for it. Let's get the separate eye symbols like we should have. Is that the wrong one? No, that's the right one. Okay, interesting. So using the front eye shape for this 3/4 eye, or for this 3/4 view on the closer eye to the camera should work, but it feels way smaller than... Because it is. Oh no. Okay. Okay, it genuinely is a little bit shorter, and it is wider like it should be, but it is not really anything else. Let's see, did that fix the problem? That's the wrong way to flip it. Okay. No, it still feels... Those reversed eyes are uncanny and terrifying. Yeah, they are. No, it still feels wrong. What? No, that's definitely wider than the one I had. Let's... Huh. I'm a fool. I am a fool. Okay, okay. Put it back. Nope. No, that's genuinely managed to be worse. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I drew her double pupil eyes here instead of the star ones. They honestly might be cuter. I think also part of the problem I'm having with her pupils is, or her eyes, is that I'm making the lines on her irises too thick. They need to be kept thinner. Oh man, those eyes in progress keep looking weird, don't they? Yeah, that's why I keep making additional ones. I never moved my frogs back. There you go. Good frogs. Nope, that also looks weird. Maybe they only look good in my sketches. Maybe there's something about that is just working better. About the roughness and about having to not be drawn all the way. That's working better for them. We don't like them. I don't see anything wrong with this. No, that's perfect. It has intended. They're beautiful. Oh, mismatched. It's so much worse. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, well, that's just a problem, cause, yeah, see, okay. It's better, it's getting better. Bear with me. Right, yeah, those are awful. Okay, see, that's basically fine. That's flipped the wrong way. See, okay, and then... Okay. How do we feel? How do we feel? Do we feel good? Do we feel okay? I think that's an improvement. To the on the stars. I think it looks better. She's a little bit terrifying. She is. I will admit that. Yeah, it's not worse. No, it's definitely not worse. And then, let's have her look. No. Let's have her look over here. Let's. Right. So that's questionable. Let's set up the mask for this layer. Okay. For this position, I mean. Cool. Yep, Quotes. Okay. Alright. Okay. God, I really need this sketch layer out of my way, but I know if I hide it and then unhide it, it's all gonna come out, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, almost not bad. That's almost functional. She almost even looks cute. She's a little bit terrifying. She's a little uncanny, but genuinely, she is not human. She is only almost human. So that sort of makes sense. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave that as it is for now. I kind of like them. Right, I feel squished, that's because it is. Yeah, it feels better in this angles, when she's looking over to this side. That feels a little bit more correct, but I have squished it a little bit too much. Yeah. And I think when she's looking to her left, it needs to be stretched out a little bit. That'll be a note for whoever would be animating this, which is me, unfortunately. So that's a note for me. And here, and now that's just normal eyes, and it's fine. I am gonna rotate the shape a little bit. Okay. See? It's good. It's fine. It's good. You are the harbinger for your own destruction. Isn't that always the case? There we go. Her head shape feels lopsided. Let's try that. Right, okay, so why didn't that save though? Can I have an answer on that? Cool, 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 cool. I've done it too much. Yep, and there's literally everything. Great. Awesome. Oh, that eye shape's better, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, I kind of like the wider eyes. I'm gonna keep what I've got for now. I'm gonna save future decisions on changes for a time when I'm less tired, thinking a little more straight. Okay, I think I made the proportions for her torso here actually correct.
Okay, yeah, with the other one drawn, that first shoulder pad I drew is definitely the wrong size. Okay. Gonna leave her neck uncolored for a little bit because I think it'll make it easier for me to work on her facial features. I'm not sure how I feel about the proportions of her legs still. If I move her knees down, that feels a little bit better. Is the left flag in front of the right one? Yes. Yeah, just for this. Just for rigging purposes. New frog. Hello, new frog.
Zigzagging the knee is usually not good, but if it's perspective, it's fine. Yeah, it's perspective. Well, okay. Technically it's not perspective, it's an artifact of the way I'm building her so that her limbs can move properly. So her front view looks a little wonky at the moment, but that's temporary. Something's wrong. Yep, something is wrong. Why are there 2 instances of her hips here? I do not know. Actually gonna move it to the other one for now so that I can see what I'm doing when I work on this one. Hey, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. There's another case of duplicate legs. What? What is happening? Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Everything's fine. Nothing is broken. I was just doing things wrong. Okay. Her. It's her will. She wants more limbs. She wants the ones I took from her. Yes, she does. She remembers a time when she was more eldritch, and she's making her feelings known. But she needs to be a reasonable project for the time I have. And also, she exists a little bit to show off as a portfolio piece, to show that, like, here, I have transferable skills, so I sort of need certain parts of her to genuinely be human, 'cause that'll look better. If I get fancy with her knees, I'm gonna regret it. I am. But I want to. I want to get fancy with her knees. I do that all in the same layer. Oops. Okay, I think I should call it for the night. If I keep going like this, I'm gonna start making choices I regret. That said, that's a lot of progress for the day. I mean, this is certainly more functional than it was when I started, given that it didn't exist when I started. Let's get that there. Sweet, so that has a little bit of wiggle, that's good. That's good. Lovely. Gorgeous. Questionable, but that's fine. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be enough for tonight. Thank you guys. She looks like something that exists now. She does look like something that exists now. Alright, thank you guys so much for hanging out, helping me work. I'll fix that tomorrow. Oh, that's beautiful. And mostly Liz like it. Yes, she does. Alright. That's gonna be enough. Let me see if there's anyone I can raid. Let's see, is anybody I know streaming right now? There is someone I know streaming right now. Perfect. I'm gonna send y'all to iOS. Have fun over there. Or no. Following, please. There we go. Perfect. Alright. See you guys. Oh, okay. I forgot there's a countdown. I will see you guys in 10 seconds.